Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. I have one hell of an interview for you guys right now. He needs no introduction. He is from one of the most awesome bands around, practically of the big four, Anthrax. Charlie Benante. Charlie, how you doing,
hey,
sir?
Man. Howdy, everybody.
How's it going, Charlie?
It's going good. It's going good. We are, we're getting some really good responses for this EP that we're about to release in a few months, and people are really responding to it in a really good way because, a lot of these songs, they're basically cover songs of some of the bands that we grew up listening to and we kind of loved, so it's like kind of us paying tribute to these bands.
Looks like on this EP that you guys are doing, it's looks like you have Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak, and then you have Rush's Anthem, and plus you have TNT by AC/DC. Are there any more tracks that you guys are working on possibly for this, or are these the main ones so far?
Well, what else is on there? There's a Cheap Trick song, there's a Boston song, there's a Journey song, and there's an original song that was from the last album. But again, this is just an EP, and we did have more songs, but we never finished them, and they were kind of unfinished, so we didn't really want to put it out there. So it could be on another one later on down the line.
Oh yeah. First off, man, congratulations on the Grammy nomination for I'm Alive. I gotta say that the Worship CD that you guys just put out, man, is just one hell of an album. From top to finish, man, it's a great album you guys put out.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you. Yeah, we it's one of those things where we felt so strong about the material and just the sound of the record, and we were like, wow, I think we have something really great here. Mm-hmm. And we couldn't wait till people heard it so they could come up with their own conclusion. But for us, people were 100% positive and, felt that this was the best record we've done in years. So, it's like, it really means a lot because this record took so long to make, and some of the things that went on during the making of this record was, it wasn't all great. There was some, tough times. And it was great to see that record come out, and the next day after it came out, we played Yankee Stadium, and it was just awesome,
Yeah. When you guys played Yankee Stadium, you guys were with the Big Four, with Megadeth, Slayer, and Metallica. How was that to be even considered with the Big Four, man? I mean, you guys have been around for so long, and you guys are pretty much the pioneers of this style of music. How does that, make you guys feel of this?
I didn't take any of that for granted at all. It was one of those things where, you pinch yourself,
right?
And it's like, wow, is this really happening? And that's basically, how I tried to treat that whole experience, where, especially the day of Yankee Stadium, I knew firsthand that, man, this is going to just go by so quick. I want to try and just capture it and just kind of grasp onto it, because it's going to, all of a sudden, I'm going to be walking down the hall with my bag, leaving, and, it's like, wow, something just happened in between this, and it was just a great experience, the whole thing, playing the show, having all my family there, and, like, it was one of the last shows that my mom saw of us, and I was so happy that it was at Yankee Stadium. That was the last show that she saw. It was just a lot of emotional things,
Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's playing at Yankee Stadium. I mean, I'm from Kentucky, and I'm a Reds fan, but just to be in Yankee Stadium, just to think about all the games that used to, the old Yankee Stadium, that's phenomenal. Congratulations on that to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Looks like the day after that, too, you guys, Anthrax Day in the Bronx, you guys have had all kinds of things going on. How does that make you guys feel, too, to have a day named Anthrax Day?
It was the day before that, and
okay.
It was awesome. It is just awesome. That's all I can say. And, like, growing up, being from the Bronx and growing up in the Bronx, it's killer, I mean, come on, man. I never thought in a million years that something like that would happen.
Right.
And it did.
So having Joey back in the band, how's that with you guys, with music-wise and everything?
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just it's a great thing. I'm very happy to have this unit back together. It's just a great bunch of guys, and we make really good music together.
I've noticed that you have your own brand of coffee.
Well, yeah, it's coming out, and it's going to kick ass. That's all I'll say, because I spent so much time doing it and making sure that I love it, you know. So it's not something that someone just brought to my attention and slapped a label on and said, yeah, okay. It doesn't work that way. It's like I pick out the type of coffee that I want to do, and then we go to the roasters, and then they roast it, and then I'll taste it, and I'll be like, nah, this doesn't have that kick that I need, and then they'll, we'll change it up, or we'll roast it a bit darker, things like that. So I'm happy with it. And if I'm happy with it, then I could say, hey, man, you should check this out, because I think this coffee kicks ass. Because everybody knows I'm, like, nuts about coffee, so it's just a fun thing.
Charlie, you care to talk about who are some of your influences growing up?
Definitely, the usuals. When I say the usuals, I mean, like, the Led Zeppelins, the Sabbaths, the Beatles, the, Queen, the Sex Pistols. All these things helped shape who I was. And, of course, Rush, Kiss. I just put it into a blender and just mixed up this drink, and then that's what you get. You get us.
Now, are you guys writing any new material for the upcoming album, possibly, or
have ideas? Just have ideas. I mean, I have tons of like material, but it's like, I always said this: you just start writing, and then you get together with everybody, and then you start like piecing it together. And it's not until the fifth or sixth song is written, then you start to see what type of shape the record is going into.
I know that Rob but are you guys looking for any replacements, or have you guys have any idea possibly of who?
We do have someone who's filling in, and he's from the band Shadows Fall, and it's John Donias, and he's a great guitar player and a great guy.
I always ask every band this that comes on here, and I get some really good responses. Since you was part of the Big Four and everything, I want to ask, what do you think Anthrax brings to the table for music than anyone else?
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good question, because the thing that it's hard to break it down, into certain terms, but all I can tell you is the stuff that we created. One of the greatest things that ever happens to me, whether I'm on tour or I'm in a store or whatever, and someone will come up to me and they'll thank me, and I'll be like, for what? And they'll either say for getting me through a rough time, or getting me through high school or college or whatever. Like, your music helped me. Like, I'll meet a lot of soldiers, and they'll say, like, we listen to you guys. It gets us charged up and just gets us through the day-to-day, day. And that, to me, means more to me than anyone saying that, that drum fill you did there, well, can you show me that? I mean, that means a lot to me, too, but when you touch somebody in a way that's just, it affects them and it affects their life, well, that's the greatest thing, because I could listen to a Beatles song that I listened to when I was like, a little kid, and it still inspires me to this day. So I understand when people say that to me, you got me through this or you got me through that, because I've been there.
I mean, your guys' music is powerful. I mean, honestly, I've been a fan of you guys.
It's definitely New York based.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about it. It's just in your face, man. It's like, you guys have your versatile songs, but it just fits music perfectly. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, thank you. That's cool.
How do you guys stay grounded when you're on tour and stuff with family and everything? Because, family is the number one priority. So how do you guys do
it? That's a hard thing.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to even talk about, because, for me, I've always been the greatest dad that I could ever be, and I'm always there for my daughter, because that's it, man. You gotta do it, because it's a feeling. If I don't see my daughter for a few hours, I get all kind of weird.
Well, it's just a parent thing, Man, it's cool of you to do that. Honestly, that's. Cool.
We live in a different time now.
Yes, we do. With all the crazy things in the world.
with all the crazy things that go on, you really have to watch your kids closely.
Yeah, very true. I just got a couple more questions, man. I'll let you go. So, like I said, I know you're busy. Does everybody in the band contribute to writing the songs, Charlie, or how do you guys do it?
Well, I mean, usually I'll bring in the basic idea of a song, and then we'll all sit with it, and Scott will change it or add something, or Frankie will change something and add something, and then once we feel we have a start and a finish, Scott usually takes it and he'll write some lyrics to it, and then he'll bring it to Joey, and then Joey will, sit with it, and then it kind of goes through that process, and then we come up with a song.
And what can fans expect at an Anthrax show?
Probably high energy, spontaneity, and a smile.
Charlie, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I know you're a busy man. God bless you, brother, and to everybody in Anthrax, I say hello. I support you guys 110%.
Hey, okay.
And would you care to do a promo for the show before I let you go?
Sure, what is it?
Just say this is Charlie Benante, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Tell me when.
Just go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right, hey, man, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Turn it up, sit tight, and go crazy.
Thank you, Charlie, so much, brother. Thanks so much.
Cheers.
To everybody, I say hello, and God bless you.
Thanks, man.
Stick around, everybody. We got some more music coming up with Anthrax, and we got some other stuff for you guys out there in the chat room and out there on the internet. I want to thank everybody for listening to this interview. I really do appreciate it. You only hear these interviews right here on Uber City Radio and BODS Mayhem Hour.